Okay, so for anybody who has purchased the Nanrobot LS Plus or the LS7 or even any scooter that may have some LEDs attached to it VI factory base model, you're probably going to have some problems later on after riding around because the LEDs are attached to some sort of a voltage transformer that looks like this, except it will have a black sleeve over it. You can see the relief of some of the capacitors, the resistors, all the things that make this thing drop from a high voltage from the battery to a lower voltage to run the lights. You're going to need one of these in between battery and LED. Anyhow, long story short, you'll see right here, if I can point to it, very small, my thumb's going to point to it right there, very small soldering circles in there. I'm actually going to let me use this. So right here is a soldering area right there and a soldering area right there where a positive and a negative wire attaches. As you can see, mine are not attached. My LED lights were, as far as the symptoms, flickering right here on the stem, both sides, down here. My headlight wasn't affected, just the LEDs. I think that these two wires that I'm fixing here were only functioning the LEDs. I think some other wires function the headlight. And this, I'm not sure why Nanrobot does this. I mean, this is kind of half-assed. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't think it's Nanrobot. Actually, I think it's China. Nanrobot is aware of it, though. They could do something about this, maybe upgrade it or put another cover over the top, but it shows up almost like it's a half cover. Not sure why. Maybe it's to save space, but there's other ways to save space than this. It's just exposing everything here. If there is any humidity or any kind of water, because this isn't water resistant, should any kind of water get through to here, it could short everything out. All your lights would be on, because this is the main motherboard for controlling all your lights. Back to this. Lights were flickering. None of the solid colors were staying solid. And they worked, but they weren't staying solid. I couldn't use any of the functions from my Bluetooth remote to function the LED lights appropriately. Would stay solid for a second and then flicker like a whole bunch of fireworks were going off underneath. Just flickering white, scattered intermittently, going crazy, just like strobe light stuff. You know, some people might like it, not me. I need my solid colors. It looks way better that way, and doesn't attract too much attention, and you knew something was wrong. So anyway, the soldering circle at the end there is the positive at the corner. The one medial towards the middle is your black negative. You need to solder those. They weren't soldered as good as they should be. It was like a cheap solder job. You're gonna have to add some more solder because it's not going to be connected to the wire or bonded in a strong enough way for it to stay connected, because you're going to be bouncing around on this thing. I mean, it's a very powerful scooter. You can go over jumps. You can take this on trails. You're going to be doing a lot of things with this eventually when you get more experience. And eventually that thing's going to loosen up. Those wires are going to loosen up. So I'm checking my other wires to see if they're soldered in good enough after experiencing this. I got a hold of Nanrobot, and you know, it took some time. It's just, this video is going to save you some time for a fix for this. That's not going to cost you anything but some time to tear this thing down, and maybe a soldering iron that you can get for $6.99 that comes with free solder. I'm going to pause this and then continue and show you that the lights work. Right now I have it apart. I should have taken a video before to show you what the lights are doing. But if you're experiencing light problems with just the stem and LED lights here on the base and the stem, then this is probably most likely going to be your problem, and this will be the fix should this all work out after I'm done soldering. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Now, all right, this is the moment of truth here. I resoldered the red wire to the, and it's a shitty job, sorry, but anyway, it did the trick. It does work. I soldered the positive to the corner soldering area there, and the negative to the medial soldering head that was there. This sleeve should go back on there because you don't want moisture to build up. You don't want it to get short circuit. Should it happen to do that, you know what, that piece right there with the wires is only like 10-11 bucks. My lights do work now without flickering, and I'm going to show you. On, there we go. We have auto, red, green, or light green. That's like one of my favorite colors right there. Orange, yellow, and pink. There is no flickering, no flashing, nothing. It's perfect. I'm so freaking happy right now. I'm so elated. You have no idea. I'm just hiding it well. Nothing wrong with this at the moment. I'm going through my modes here. Brightness. You can turn it down, turn it up. Turn it down, turn it up. When I used to do that before, it would flicker like crazy. And that's your fix. Hopefully I have helped. One more thing I do want to review real quick that might help you with the Nanrobot is your controller motor wires. Your green, your blue, and your yellow. They came in these, you know, this one I left alone. I just wanted to make space by doing one of them. I might do this one later, depends. I should, but right now I just want to take the scooter out and ride. So I'm gonna close it up. You can get rid of this box. It causes too much heat, takes up a lot of space. I'm not sure why they use this. It's not recommended to have this box, which would conduct heat on top of heat, because your speed controllers are already conducting heat. I shouldn't even have this piece of tape on there because that could heat up and melt. Whatever. If that's going to melt, the wires are going to melt. We'll see. But this is a much cleaner connection, less heat, more conductivity, and you can take care of this wire jungle we got going on, have a little bit more space, a little bit more room, without having to move your controllers outside and having to build a box around that or anything like that. Because this right here will give you at least 5 or 6 square inches, 5 or 6 square inches there. Maybe not 5 or 6 square inches, you know, but a lot more room for your wires to tuck in somewhere nice and neat where you're not smashing on top of them with your standing board and possibly damaging and pushing things down, like how this probably came apart with the soldering. Because you know, when I first got this, I opened it up and shoved the wires around a little bit, and that probably loosened it up. But you know, if it wasn't such a poor soldering job, it probably would have been fine. Wow, that gets pretty hot. I see why they put that sleeve on there. Anyway, with the lights being on, this gets pretty hot. That's why there's a sleeve there. So I'm definitely gonna probably cover that right back up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. Sorry I talked too much, but I just wanted to be a lot more thorough. That's another Nanrobot right there. That's and I'm still talking. That is the Nanrobot D4 plus 2.0. I think they have a 3.0 now. That thing does 40. This, I'm about 190 to 200 pounds, and I've done 57 miles an hour on this. It felt like I wanted to go a little bit more. I could probably do 60, but I stopped. I ran out of road. It does pick up quick, but after you hit about 45, 46, it takes a little bit longer to climb up on the speed. I'm thinking about updating those controllers down there. Maybe my next video will be that. These aren't bad controllers. but I kind of want to get the sine wave. I hear they're the best. I'm going to probably buy one. If they're more expensive, they're better. These I looked up, they're not that expensive. The sine waves are almost twice the price, so it's got to probably provide more cleaner torque, more, and probably give you some more speed, more power, more. I'm not going to do that hack where you solder the flow tubes that are in there to give it more torque, because that's just going to heat the shit up more, and you're going to have more problems. Just nice, clean, new controller, upgraded. We'll see what it does. I'll make a video on that next. Thank you. Have a great day, night, whatever time you're in. Peace.